Welcome back, friends. In today's session we are going to continue with the functions of our atmosphere before we are moving to the next layer in the external structure of the earth. This is physical geography, and if you need these notes, they are from the msomibola.com website. You can go in your Google account and then you can search for the msomibola.com. Then you can get the notes for free. Now let's continue with our physical geography topic. So we are discussing about the functions of atmosphere. The first function is about the insulation. Insulation. To insulate, that means to protect something from either losing heat, more especially from losing heat. Now, atmosphere is an insulator. It acts as the shield or blanket, and therefore regulates temperature during night and during the winter. During night and during winter. So it tends to do illustration. Insulation inazuia temperature isiyo lost from the earth's surface. Then it tend to do filtration. That means it filter, inachuja, it filter solar insulation and percent ultraviolet rays of certain length due to presence of ozone layer in stratosphere. Now the presence of ozone layer in the stratosphere allows the filtration of light rays. Kama nilivyosema, ozone layer ina act like blanket ili kuweza kuzuia excess of radiation ambazo zinaweza destroy the earth. So atmosphere is very important, and more especially here we are talking of ozone layer. From there tuna other function, tuna scientific function. Atmosphere is scientific field. It is the field through which scientific experiment and observation they are carried out. Tuna different things which are taking place, or different experiment which can be conducted in the atmosphere. More especially here we are talking of the layer which is very important, ionosphere. Ionosphere, the very important layer in the atmosphere, because in this layer we are able to pass electromagnetic waves such as radio waves and different signals such as telephone waves and television waves. Ionosphere is very important in the scientific experiment, more especially for those who are specializing in radiations. From there, function number 4 of atmosphere, it supports much of hydrological cycle. Hydrological cycle, that means it is the water cycle. So water cycle, tunazungumzia vitu kama clouds, tunazungumzia vitu kama snow, things like that. Snow ni kweli inakuwa kwenye mountains, but even mountains, they are part of atmosphere, because as we know that atmosphere in different layers. So kuna ile layer ambayo ina support living organism to live, na pia kuna layers nyingine ambazo they do not support the living organisms to live. But what I'm talking here that ina support water cycle kuweza kutokea. Kwa mfano water vapor inatoka kwenye ocean, then inaenda na form clouds, then ikitoka kwenye clouds inaenda na form precipitation, although they are taking place in atmosphere. So the surface water evaporation, condensation and precipitation formation takes place in the atmosphere. Number 5, it supports life. Some gases, particularly oxygen, is important for living organism, because most of living organisms, they require oxygen for living. Only few bacteria, they require carbon dioxide, and they die in high concentration of oxygen. But for most of living organisms, they require oxygen for living. So we are saying that air has a weight which contributes to the occurrence of atmospheric pressure variation, without which breathing would be impossible. So presence of atmospheric pressure also enables us to breathe easier. Kuvuta hewa ndani na kutoa nje because of the presence of atmospheric pressure. Kwa sababu the lower movement of lungs and even ribs and thoracic cage, but movement of thoracic cage tend to alter the pressure inside, but the atmospheric pressure is the one which is responsible for putting air in, because the pressure outside tend to be greater as compared with the pressure inside. Also, we have wind movements and the direction that balances temperature, humidity and precipitation, also result from pressure variation. Now from there, this was the end about our discussion in the atmosphere. Let's move to the second layer, which is hydrosphere. So as the name suggests, hydrosphere is the layer of water bodies of the earth. So maeneo yote yenye maji, it is hydrosphere. and it composed, or it is estimated about 75% of the Earth's surface is covered by water bodies. We have oceans, we have underground water, precipitation, we have rivers, we have different things. We have oceans, seas, lakes, all of those, they are making up the hydrosphere. Hydrosphere, the layer which is composed of water bodies. Actually, hydrosphere is just the external part of the Earth which is composed of the water bodies. It's not the air, the layer as if it is present in the atmosphere. From there we have the lithosphere or the landmass. Lithosphere or landmass is the whole solid body of the Earth with various landforms such as mountains, valleys, and plateaus. Mountains, valleys, and plateaus. So we study about different structures when you are continuing with the physical chemistry. When you are continuing with the physical geography, we'll be discussing about different structures, about the mountains, the structure of mountains, valleys, and plateaus, different categories of river and weathering and things like that. So don't worry, we'll study about all of these structures in lithosphere. So the lithosphere is also known as the crust. It includes all land masses. The major land masses is called the continent, and the minor land masses is called the islands. So we have continents and islands. Continents is like Africa and America and things like that. Islands, they are just like small land masses which are present always in between water bodies. From there we are moving to biosphere, and the name suggests bio means living organism. So biosphere is the complex zone which is comprised of all living organisms. Actually, biosphere it's not a layer. Biosphere it's not a layer, and biosphere it is present in atmosphere. So it includes a lower level of atmosphere and the upper level of lithosphere and the hydrosphere. Biosphere receives substantial supply of energy from the sun, which gives it conditions necessary for life and does not occur in any part of the solar system. So biosphere always requires energy from the sun. Energy from the sun enables plants to perform photosynthesis, and then the energy which is stored in photosynthesis is the one which is used by most of the animals as the source of food. So that's what it is done in biosphere. What it is done in biosphere. Kwa biosphere yenyewe inakuwa composed of living organism, na kama unavyojua kwamba living organism wako kwenye atmosphere, wako kwenye water bodies. So that's why tunasema kwamba biosphere pia iko in part iko hata kwenye hydrosphere. That's why we are saying it is the complex zone composed of all living organism. Now living organism that inhabit biosphere interact with each other and the environment. A living organism ambao inhibit that means inhibit iliandikwa hapa, it is not inhibit kama ile ya kuzuia, no. Inhibit hapa inamaanisha habitat, living organism which are staying or which are living in the biosphere. Inhibiting manake habitat yao ni kwenye biosphere, they interact with each other and with the environment, and that is what you call as ecology. Ecology, we are studying about the branch of biology which we are studying about the interaction between the living organism and its environment, living organism with each other and interaction between the living organism with its environment. Now we are thinking that the sum of all these interaction components is called the ecological system. Ecological system, or is called the ecosystem. And the study of this ecological system or ecosystem is what we call as ecology. Biology or branch of biology dealing with the study of the interaction of the living organisms with other living organisms or living organisms with the environment. Biosphere comprises of all living organisms, both macro and microorganisms living in water bodies, soils and on air. So kwenye soil manake hiyo itakuwa ni lithosphere. Kwenye soil lithosphere, kwenye water bodies hydrosphere, na kwenye air ni atmosphere. All of those parts of the external structure of the earth, they can be composed of the living organism, and together or collectively they are called as biosphere. Now this marks the end of our session, and in the next session we start discussing about the materials of the earth's crust. We discuss about the materials of the earth's crust, and more especially the very important thing which we discuss in the next session is about the rocks of the earth's crust. So we discuss about types of rocks and even the rock cycle. Very important question in physical geography, which is normally asked in even in most NECTA exams, you can be asked about the rocks and even the rock cycle in physical geography. Just stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and to share the link of this video to your fellow students. Don't forget to join our Telegram group for discussion and for the sake of past papers and things like that. Thank you everybody, and let me wish you nice studies.